Hello everybody, welcome back, good morning. Let's have a look at just a brief overview at Monday stats. Now we did the stream last night and I have to say most altcoins looking good. They're all looking good on weeklies. 4 hourlies, hit or miss, dailies, neither here nor there, but weeklies still pointing up. So let's focus on the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. And we'll think about what that looks like. I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks pretty good. We're above all moving averages. All of them at this point. Closed above them all last night and it's obviously opened above them all this morning. There's one horizontal area of resistance, 1.21 trillion. Once that's broken, you should at that point you should be looking for it to incrementally start making up the areas that were lost to the previous local high and then to the previous all-time high. We've spoken about this a million times over probably a couple of years now about this higher high, higher low structure, looking to make a new high, a higher high, maybe an all-time high, probably an all-time high between now and September, which is not far away. You think, well, hang on a minute, it's like a couple of months. You can't really, well, I mean, actually, it doesn't take long for big moves to be sort of, that was 86% on the last sort of major alt season where it created close to the previous all-time high, but definitely the most recent local high, 28 days. So let's think about where we are right now. How many days or weeks do we have until we reach the peak? As far as time frame is concerned, again, it might not peak in September, but I'm willing to bet that it will. But until we see it, we don't really know. But me, that's always been my expectation. And you got 70 days, so it did it in half the time. The last 80% move on the total 2 did it in half the time that we've got at the moment. So we are ready to go at any point on this, and it's got 70 days before a peak. So wherever you're buying or trading or whatever, having some skin in the game at this point now is probably should really be priority, and it's not for me to tell you what to do with your money. I'm just saying this should be the most exciting part of the market. Yeah, it should be. So we'll think about the daily chart then. So the daily has just narrowly avoided a death cross, which means that it's still golden crossing. We're bouncing off the 200 simple moving average, which is actually a death cross. So we've got golden cross, death cross, sort of squeezing the price action together. Itchy cloud, you sort of sat in the middle of the itchy cloud with the red portion leading. So that's not bullish, it's not bearish, it just is what it is. There isn't really anything about the daily which shows any main direction, so I'll just leave that really as it is. The daily is the what it is, but the 4 hourly has finally made 2 golden crosses. Wham, bam. Now the money flow index is relatively high. Golden crosses like to be retested. If we get a retest on this one, that's a pullback of 1.5%, and if that is the case, then we'll be looking to pick that one up in the form of spot or longs. Now the choice is yours. There's a million altcoins out there. Many of them have got good setups. I'm not here to prescribe to you what I think is the best. There's certainly some ones out there you probably would want to avoid. But the main thing for me is to focus on those weeklies. If the weekly looks the opposite of this chart on the weekly, the Bitcoin dominance chart, so if it looks the opposite of this, bearish divergence money flow, bearish divergence RSI. If it looks the opposite of that, then it's probably worthy of an attempted position. I'm not highlighting this as something that the best thing you've ever seen in the world, but this is the opposite. You've got bullish divergence, 2 drives on the money flow index, and on the RSI, same thing with DOT, which you shouldn't be surprised at because they're both exactly the same thing, really. 2 drives. Now, they don't all look like this, and again, looking at this chart, why would you want it, Why would you want that? This is the thing, isn't it? If you're going to make an educated guess as to where an absolute bottom low is going to be, most people are going to disagree with you. They're not going to see it. They won't. They will laugh at you. But if it does work in the way that I expect it to work, yeah, this will be back up towards the top of this, maybe even accumulation zone at $10, and that, and even by doing that, it hasn't even really broken out. So that's not bad. Anyway, I'll leave it there. There's nothing much more to say about it all. It's the same broken record information I've got going on here, but I haven't changed my tune. I still remain exactly the same. So long story short, we might be looking for a pullback today to that golden cross on the 4-hourly for the total 2, and then you take your positions and hope for the parabolic run to start. You know, from a low to high position, 200% across the board for most altcoins. That might be it. That might be a rally. You know, and I appreciate a lot of people be sad about that, because not everybody has spread their portfolio as neatly as myself. But you all know that the main things I own: Bitcoin, XRP, Chainlink. You know, these are some of the good ones. They're not all good, you know, but these are some of the good ones. Yeah, some bad ones on top of that. Right, I'll leave with you there. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.